Last thing before we get out of here is LSU FSU, a game that we all had our attention on. This is how it played out.
Empty backfield. Travis takes a chest high snap over the middle. Caught. Coleman breaks the tackle to the 25. Coleman, he's open free. Shot in there, baby. Touchdown, Florida State.
How about Florida State? How about Florida State? Now, you can count me as a doubter, and I'll wear that. And I think Florida State fans probably will, because FSU Twitter is the worst. I had them at number 10. I had LSU higher, just like the AP. I thought LSU would come out and play much better, which they did early and didn't capitalize on all of these situations that they could have had a big lead. That could have been a very different game, obviously, but it wasn't. And credit Florida State for making the plays necessary and the stops necessary to keep themselves in the game in the first half, because then in the second half, they made the better adjustments. Their coaching staff outcoached LSU. Mike Norvell did a great job. Jordan Travis played well. And then you got to see the talent of Keon Coleman. And now I'm coming out of week one thinking to myself, like, well, if you want to get good in college football, guess what? It's all about talent acquisition, and that talent acquisition has to happen in the transfer portal, because Florida State's got the biggest win of the week one, along with Colorado. Those two teams did the best in the transfer portal last year, right? Namely, Keon Coleman. He looked fantastic, by the way. You know, Mel Tucker crying a little bit up there at Michigan State for letting that guy go, because, boy, like, that's a talented player. And Florida State can play some defense as well. They're fast. They're physical. I mean, now I can't wait for their matchup against Clemson. And I can't wait to see what we have with Clemson. And so all of a sudden at the end of week one, I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, hold on. The Pac-12 is 13-0 so far this year. And the ACC has like kind of the biggest win of the year so far with Florida State over LSU. So after that summer of conference realignment, when the Pac-12 basically was shot and left for dead behind the shed, and the ACC is kind of on life support, and Florida State wants to leave, and everyone wants to leave, and they're grabbing Stanford and Cal and SMU, who has the biggest wins? Pac-12, ACC. Isn't college football beautiful? Isn't college football beautiful? Great win for Florida State. That's a team that certainly has playoff aspirations after that win over LSU in the opener. And that one, by the way, will be huge for the ACC, whether it's Clemson or Florida State. By the way, North Carolina looks great. They get a win over South Carolina, Drake May. And so now all of a sudden the ACC, they've got a few teams where it's like, all right, if you win the ACC, maybe you're going to get the nod over that second place SEC team based on some of these results. So that's why these games are so important, even this early in the season. Thank you for watching the Joel Klatt Show YouTube channel. And if you like this clip, make sure to like it and subscribe to the channel, and you can stay up to date on all of my college football coverage.